he going somewhere. I definitely see him going somewhere because
I definitely think he has a bright future in the sport media industry.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what goes on in the future.
When I moved out to Los Angeles, I thought that was going to be the end all be all. I thought that I was going to finally thrive. I moved to my dream city. Like, this was it. This was the moment that I've been waiting for a long, long time. And it started off well when I got here. I was going to different places. I was seeing different things, new things, etc. Until one day it hit me that
So the last time we spoke, you guys know that I walked you through the journey of how Stacey started with Red Radar. Once he joined, he kind of hit the ground running and made the sports section his baby and really championed behind the Red Radar brand and made it what it is today. And so when he did tell me that he was gonna, take a departure from Red Radar, of course I was a little sad because I'm like, oh my gosh, who's gonna talk about sports?
I do recall this one day, man. I never forget it. I'm working, Stacey went in at the time, but he came in a little bit after me, and I'm always greeting him at the door. Even when I'm working, I'm always greeting him. But this particular time, I was coming up to greet him, and man, he just had this stiff, dry, empty look. And I'm like, I know I want his normal him. So I'm like, you good, Stacey, you good? And he was just mute, man.
It dawned on me that I was still suffering from what I was going through back in my hometown, St. Louis, Missouri. All those 6 years that I was there culminated into a chaotic situation for me. And I became depressed. And the whole time I was thinking I fucked up. I fucked up so bad, and I might end up right back where I started from.
I feel like everybody needs a break. I have moments where I feel like, oh my gosh, I have to get up and edit. I have a team to be responsible for. So I always preach, mental health, self-care, and things like that. So I think that, with Stacey and being able to reflect and tell his story, that he's already on the right track.
But I do recall one time he was like he'd go through some type of phase or some type of mental state around that time. But me not knowing, I'm just like, man, something ain't right. And man, I kid you not, he just broke down crying. I mean, I never seen a man cry until I seen Stacey cry that day. And I immediately felt sorrow, like his pain. I didn't quite understand what he was going through, but I felt it, man.
I was battling depression for a while, and I realized that I didn't grow past what I was going through. I didn't overcome my past. I didn't leave out of St. Louis healthy. What I did was I escaped. I ran away from everything. I was just over it. I was tired at that point. I think sometimes, I still got to think about it, process it when I talk about this. But I found out the root cause of my problems, the root cause of my issues. And that was not healing from losing my sister Tammy.
In a SLU emergency room, Collier learned she was paralyzed from the neck down.
I cry because my kids, I gotta watch my kids walk out that door, and I can't go with them.
Now a patient at Kindred, a specialty hospital, Collier isn't giving up.
Every day, I just look out the window and think about me walking again. I'm gonna walk again.
It's what her family admires about her.
Her spirit is phenomenal.
If you watch the last documentary, you pretty much know what happened to her, and I wasn't over it. I definitely wasn't over it. I didn't give myself time to grieve or to heal. Like, as soon as the funeral was over with, which was back in September of 2018, like, I was just working and working. I was taking care of, her kids, looking after her kids, making sure my mama was straight, making sure my brother was straight, helping other people with their work. Like, I was working so much, and I didn't realize at that point, like, I was just like trying to numb myself to the pain, and deep down, like, I was overwhelmed and I was sad, and I feel like I didn't give myself time to recover or even take care of myself. So I just put myself in different situations so I can avoid those feelings. But when I moved out here and I realized that, that what was bothering me this whole time, I had to do something about it. Hey, Tammy. First, I just want to say happy birthday, happy 29th birthday. I want to admit that, the past 3 years, it's been rough. I didn't realize how much you being gone really affected me. Just not having you here and just to see how you fought for so long, it just wasn't enough. But I know that you're watching, and I know that you've been watching over me, making sure I'm all right, our family all right, and I just want to give you these to show you how much I appreciate you, and I love you, and thank you for all the years that you've been alive. And as I continue on and continue to climb back and continue to work hard and dedicate myself to being the best that I can be, I hope that you are still here with me on this journey. And when I reach the end of the road, I hope that you're right there and we'll reunite again as brother and sister. So I got you some balloons. I know that they're your two favorite colors, and I just want them to reach to you. And happy birthday.
You have suffered a loss and take great responsibility on because of that loss, and you handle it gracefully.
I felt like that balloon release was vital to my healing process. I felt real good after that. I felt like, I sent her a message, and at the same time, I was letting all that pain go, letting all that hurt go, letting all that resentfulness for other people that I had go. I was letting everything go with those balloons going up into the air. And I'm glad I had the strength to do that. Sometimes I still think about it. Still think still wish that, you know, she was here or whatever, but I feel like I'm in a better place now. I feel like that I can function properly, and I'm no longer weighed down about, you know, losing her. Victoria, you know, me and her was talking, and she asked me what I like. You know, I told her she liked it, and I asked the same questions. We shared what we was looking for in a relationship, and you know, it seemed to match up, and it was, man, you couldn't ask for a better start. Like setting a date up for Valentine's Day and actually going through with it. You couldn't ask for a better start. And then I think like a month later, I asked her to be my girlfriend officially. And, you know, that was like the happiest times right there. And she looked out for me. And, you know, she was there when I was at my lowest. And you always want to keep those people not only in the back of your mind, but, you know, when you catch fire, when you get on, you're never gonna forget what the people that was there, what they did for you, and I would never forget that. No, I'm always gonna cherish those memories, but when you believe something is right and you believe like it's like fate or it's destiny, and you think that you found that one and it don't work out, like, you know, one side thinks this, the other side thinks that, it was devastating. But no, being with Victoria was the catalyst, the motivation that I need to do a 180 on my life. And, you know, having her being a part of my maturation process, my growth, you know, it's been wonderful. She's been giving me resources and making sure, you know, she talked to me, and I make sure that she all right. And it's been a good relationship. Also, on the other side, I want, as far as her, I want her to be happy. But whatever she do, I know that she's going through her own things, and, you know, I'm gonna be supportive, you know. But I mean, like, I still do love Victoria. I still do wish that, you know, we can be together again, but and I was working like 16 hours a day, like work, going to the next job, waking up 4 in the morning to get there by 6, won't come home till about 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And I was just working, and then, you know, I found myself going through a bunch of physical problems. Like my chest was hurting all the time. I was cold all the time. I was irritated all the time. Like, I never felt like that before, and my heartbeat was like irregular. I went through hyperglycemia and hypoglycemia. Basically, I was killing myself, and I was very, very close of something bad happening.
But you have this quiet confidence about yourself. I believe I told you this before, but you have this quiet confidence about yourself.
I feel like people really don't understand where I'm coming from. I feel like everybody think I'm supposed to be this, and I'm supposed to act like this, I'm supposed to have this, and I've been trying to tell people for years that, you know, something's not right. I've been secretly crying out for help. I know it's probably my fault that I should have spoke up on things, but
that when you do pop out, it is so dope because you move in silence. You move very quietly. You do minimal updates, but at the same time, you keep us on our toes a little bit. The people that are watching and waiting for you to do amazing things.
Now, who's going to understand where I'm coming from? Who's going to, you know, help me when what I actually need help with. Like I needed help. I needed real help, and I didn't know where to run to or where to get it from. So, you know, when you feel like that, you just keep those things inside, and you overwhelm yourself, and you get to the point where, damn, is life even worth living? Is it worth it? Why am I doing all these things just to get nothing out of it? It's in my nature to give, but at some point I need to receive. What am I doing all this for? What is the purpose? And it's crazy that I won't know, or anybody won't know, until they're right in the middle of it.
Okay, Jordan, don't fire me. I'm picking the Lakers.
And matter of fact, I'm going out on a limb here. I'm picking them to win the.
Guess what? I'm going to back you on that.
Okay.
I'm also picking.
Hey.
I was disappointed that Collier and Claire and Crown Hoops ended. I was disappointed. I love those two shows. I was looking forward to being a part of the growth. One mistake that I made when I moved out here was I stopped pursuing my passions. I stopped doing the podcast. I stopped writing. I stopped recording new music. I just stopped.
You are a superstar in your own right, and you handle it so humbly and respectfully. You're not pushing anybody out of the way. You know your lane, and you are focused on that. You're absolutely resilient.
That's when it clicked for me. I need to create something new. I need to get back to doing my sports podcast because that one makes me happy, and I feel like that I'm the greatest at doing it. So that's when I came up with Stacey on Sports.
Hi, my name is Korrea Lewis, and I am a co-host for Stacey on Sports. Stacey Collier, he's a great guy. It's been a pleasure working with him on Stacey on Sports, and I've had some pretty nice experiences being on the show with him.
I love the way Stacey on Sports is going. I got a team. I'm doing a spin-off of Stacey on Sports. We have a whole bunch of videos that got thousands of views on them. On social media, it's just growing little by little. I love the direction. I hope that Stacey on Sports take over the big networks, talking about ESPN, Fox Sports, etc., etc. That's my goal.
Stacey's one of many people that I've met through my journey of living here in LA. So, but he's a great guy to work with.
Appreciate that. What we on? So what's up?
All right, let's get started because somebody got to go to work. So somebody got to go to work. So let's get started. All right, so this is Stacey on Sports Season 3. Decided to put a team together. Mike been working with y'all for 5 years, something like that. Damn. Yeah, 5 years, and always like y'all two comments and y'all analysis on the games and what's going on or whatever. So glad to have y'all. And how do you pronounce your name? Is it Korrea?
Close. It's Korrea.
Korrea? Oh, Korrea.
Yeah. Okay,
Korrea. Korrea, I'm glad that you reached out to. Welcome to the team. As far as the vision for the future, I'm glad I got the team together. So we got a team. That was one of the things in my vision. Another thing is just try to stay on top of it. I've been getting positive reactions and everything, but my problem is it hasn't been a weekly basis for me for the show to bring out content. So just keep pushing out content and come up with different ways to promote episodes or have stuff going on in between. Anybody got anything to add to grow the show? What do you want to see done during Season 3?
No, my only question will be, when will you be pushing out the topics? Just so, like, you know, whatever research I gotta do, especially if it's something I'm not watching, like, actively the most, I want to make sure I have that ample time beforehand.
I would do the topic. You always have them, like, at the very, very latest 24 hours in advance.
Okay, cool, that works. All right.
Now, I'm going to try to do 2 days in advance, but at the very, very latest, 24 hours. So by Saturday, everybody going to have something.
But yeah, if you ever consider working with him, just do it. Just go for it, because he's the type of guy that will definitely lead you the right path.
But first, thank y'all for showing up today. You know, it's Sunday, we relaxed, we ain't got no episodes going or whatever, but appreciate everybody showing up. Season 3, cut it. We at the midpoint. We had our little break right now, and I just want to just go through what happened through the first 11 and what can we do in the future. So today we're gonna start with the glows and grows. Excuse me for working for the schools. I got that from the schools. They do that all the time in like meetings.
You have been loyal and consistent and focused.
I looked at our numbers, and our lowest performing episodes are episodes where it was just myself and Mike or myself and Ben. So like everybody being there is important. Our highest viewer episodes was everybody was there. All 4 of us as a collective having been promoting like we should. Even though this is Stacey on Sports, this is y'all show too. Like season 3 wouldn't exist without y'all 3 being a part of it. So I want to see like everybody feels like that they are a part of this thing, because it is a special show. It is unique. We get great feedback. Haven't had anything negative, but like just treating this like your own as well, and not being afraid to put it out there, even if we don't see numbers like we should be seeing. All right, so I came up with an idea, and I'm going to pitch it to y'all. So I do want to keep the episodes where we talk about like the trending topics going on in sports that mainly covers NFL, NBA, WNBA, college, like, and maybe throw a little bit of Major League Baseball in there. So have that, and then we create like another spin-off episode talking about the like more internationally known sports like the boxing, MMA, throw like hockey in there, tennis and stuff. Like give that like its own space. What y'all think about that? Also, I'm gonna start monetizing our podcast too with Anchor. Might well start doing it. Yeah, a little coin. You know, we might. I was just about to say, you know, we might make 90 cents next episode, but we can split that. We can still split it.
He is definitely someone that you can look up to as well, for sure.
It's a lot of hard work. Not only that I host the episodes, I edit audio and video, I make the clips, I do the graphics, I do a lot, but I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and I want to pursue that dream of being, you know, the leading voice in sports. That's why I call the podcast, that's why the tagline is the next voice in sports. That's my vision. That's where I see the podcast going to. And I know it's going to get there. It's going to take some time. I'm still trying to implement some new things, trying some new things, experimenting. But I know it's going to get there one day. It's going to get there. Good soul food for the tormented soul. Stay hungry, missing peace up in the bowl. Stay tough when the world tried to do me cold. Took the scraps in, cooked them into something gold. Soul food, got a lot on my plate. One hurdle that I'm still trying to conquer is the world of music, is rap and making songs. When I got to college, Missouri State University, my music started to take off a little bit. I was performing everywhere. But then when I got to, when I moved back home to St. Louis, like I, kind of stopped. And then I tried to get back on it when I first moved out here to Los Angeles, but then I stopped again. And that always sat in the back of my mind, like I regret not going full force with it. I regret holding back when it came to music. I regret leaving it behind.
The time period me and Stacey worked, man, during the duration of that time, he always was showing me certain things that he was doing as a music artist. He pull up tracks, he let me know what you think about this, where should I improve it? And me, I keep it 100, I'm always saying, oh, it's a nice song, but I feel like you need to do this, or this can be cool if you do it this way, etc., etc. But no artist really wants to hear negative feedback, but Stacey took them shots, and he definitely considered what I've said and what I used to say about the songs that he used to write or rap.
Can't wait to get them down like a floor seats. 6'4", standing tall with the athletes. Promise you people in my circle gon' eat. Spit champagne, poetry, accomplish new feats. Word to the labels, keep my contract max. If you show me $1, take your contract back. Pull up in the Tesla, hop out in all black. Mamba mentality, I'm on the attack. Niggas say I couldn't even play in the sport. About to turn the world into my home court. No room for the haters, keep that fake ass support. Focus on taking world tours, chill at resorts. Been trying to go platinum since I was an undergrad. Going after things in my life that I never had. Vet in the game, can't play me like a rookie. Picture me courtside in a Crenshaw hoodie. That was solid. That was solid.
It was this one track called This Can't Be Your First Time, and I love that song, man. One of the best songs I thought he wrote. It was an old track, so he was like, man, that's an old track. What you think about the new track? And I'm like, man, they cool and all, but I'm loving this song right here. So for those who never heard it, check it out. It's a pretty good track,
Just playing with instrumentals, mixtape coming soon. Trying to go back to my roots. Where I just, grab a popular beat and just do whatever on it. Trying to have fun. I think that's like the top goal. At least one of the goals is to have fun. We might have something right here.
And so I just wanted to revive my career and end it on the right note, whether that's I make it big, sign a deal, go platinum, et cetera, or, I did everything that I can. I recorded all the songs I want to record. It just wasn't enough. At least I could tell myself that I tried, and I tried 100%. That's something that I feel like I haven't done yet, and that's what I need to do. The future is bright. The future is brighter than it's ever been. That candle has been relit. That fire is burning right now. The passion, the heart, the dedication, the determination is back to 100%.
He struggled a bit, trying to get on and trying to get it right. But I know he put his all into it, man. He was 100 with everything he do, whether it was work related, music wise, relationship wise. He always wanted to be a buck and 100 with it, so that was cool about him.
I wonder if you know how far you about to go.
Five years that I've known him, he has already made a lot of progress, and you know, it's been a lot of ups and downs, but he has taken those L's or those challenges and made it better for himself. So, you know, I feel like he could be one of the biggest sports broadcasters or journalists in the industry, you know, due to the fact that he has that type of ambition, and it's only a matter of time before you be seeing him on NBC or NBA and all. It's only a matter of time before you be seeing him on NBA, Sports Center, telling his takes on, you know, today's sports. So I'm excited to see what's next for him.
And I know this time around, I'm not gonna let up. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going until the very, very end. I'm gonna fight to the very, very end. Whether I succeed in obtaining all my goals or if I fail, one thing I know for sure, that this ain't the last of me. I'm going to dominate. And this time, I'm going to win. No more sitting on the sideline. No more watching life go by. No more letting stuff get to me. I'm in control of my own destiny, and I am hell bent on securing my victory.